Is Dark Souls 2 a bad game? Well, I guess I'll answer at the end of the video, but after 97 hours of this game, I finally got the Platinum trophy for this. And why this took me so long to beat, even though the guide says it will only take 80 hours, personally, don't ask. I, I was just lost, okay? Although this game is very hated by the community, I actually don't think it's that bad. It definitely had its ups and downs, definitely more downs than ups. But the more I played, honestly, the game kind of grew on me. But I definitely don't dislike it, but it definitely is not as bad as people say. I do think it's very overhated, but let's get started with the Platinum journey. Just a quick disclaimer, I started the game a couple months ago, and I don't really have a clip for every single thing I did in the game. So it's gonna be those like auto-save clips from the trophies, so sorry about that, but let's get started. After getting dropped off in the Things Big Twist, I meet these old ladies and make my character, which gives me my first trophy of this game, and honestly it's a freebie, and I hope there's many more of this later in the game, and honestly there are not. My second trophy here was for dying, and I was kind of exploring around the area, and I guess I just forgot to jump, so this happened. But hey, it's another freebie. The next trophy I got was for killing the last sinner, and honestly, it was not a hard boss fight at all. It was a tutorial boss, but most of the bosses of this game are kind of bad, like they're really easy, but whatever, I'll take the trophy. The next trophy I got was for giving this woman some clothes, and again, another free trophy at the beginning of the game, which is always good. Do not take those for granted. You will not get a lot of them in any of these games, I promise you. So around this part of the game is where I kind of started getting lost all over the place. Since I don't really want to look at guides, I just kind of wanted to explore, because that's what I usually do in these games. The game is very confusing in my opinion, because there's so many different areas you can go through at the beginning. You can go through the towers, the Shaded Woods, the Things with Twist. There's so many places to go, and I was just lost. Again, I didn't really want to look at guides because I like exploring on my own. That definitely did come to bite me in the ass, but I actually ended up quitting the game for a little bit because I didn't like it at all, but I persevered so I can make this video. The next trophy was joining a covenant, and there is so many covenants in this game. Honestly, I think there's like 8 or 9, and it just took forever to do. So here's one covenant, 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 covenant. I'm fucking tired of these covenants. It's honestly annoying, and the Champions Covenant sucks because it puts you into New Game Plus early, and it's just not fun at all because you can't summon here either, which is important for trophies. The next couple trophies was for lighting the primal bonfires, which happens after beating the 4 big lords or whatever they're called. So the first one was the Lost Sinner, then the Rotten, then the Iron King, and then Duke's Dear Freya. I don't think there's a specific order you have to do these in, so as long as you get all 4 of them, you can get the trophy for them anyways, which was pretty easy. The bosses are not that hard. The next trophy was to bring every NPC back to Majula, which was not hard at all. There was like 4 or 5 of them, so it was a pretty light breeze. The next trophy was for buying the biggest ladder from Gilligan for 12,000 souls, and you can find them in Earthen Peak or back to Majula. The next was the Supreme Weapon trophy, which basically you have to upgrade a weapon to its max, and I here upgraded the Lost Sinner sword, which honestly, it was kind of bonds near the end. So as I'm editing this, I kind of realized I actually did not upgrade that first. It was the mace, but I did use the Lost Sinner sword, and thank God I dropped it. That shit is so ass. It literally takes away your HP per hit, and it's just not good. Don't use that. The next trophy was for Macduff's Workshop. You basically have to spend 14,000 souls and then talk to him for a little bit. He'll drop you a large Titanite shard, which gives you a trophy or a Titanite slab. It wasn't that hard, but it was confusing to get the souls. After running through the fog in the Shaded Woods, you find Vengrel. You just have to sort of talk to him for a little bit. He'll give you an item. And I think that's like the last free trophy of this game, so enjoy that. Now here's the bullshit part. Oh my god, this shit took me forever. So you have to join the Abysmal Covenant and get rank 3. And first of all, this happened to me. It did not go too smooth, as you can tell. But you have to fight the Dark Lurker boss fight, which was very annoying because I had a strength build and I did not know you have to use magic. And, you know, I said the bosses in this game are pretty weak. These dudes, I would say, is the hardest boss in the game, including the DLCs. Because I just could not get close to them at all. And I don't know if they're from the fucking Naruto verse because they're using Shadow Clone Jutsu, but they have these ranged attacks and they just kind of don't give you a time to punish them ever. And as you can see here in this clip, I actually did end up killing them, but I got excited a little too early and I actually ended up dying which did not count. So I had to redo the fight again. And eventually, I got the trophy for them, but I wish I knew that I could use Pyromancy against them, because they're really weak to it, and you don't need any points to allocate. And I kind of used up some Lord Vessels for no reason, but it took me a little bit, but I got the trophy. Wasn't that bad, but I would say one of the grindier trophies in the game. I did not like getting this shit at all, so that's done. Next up, I had to farm Sunlight Metals to get a Sunlight Spear for the Sunlight Covenant, and this also took forever because these dudes would not drop for the life of me. And for whatever reason, I already used a bonfire aesthetic here, so instead of this spell one-shotting them, it actually ended up two-shotting them, which is kind of weird. But I don't know. I get it. I don't have the most item discovery boosting things here, but it just took forever. It took like 2 to 3 hours for maybe 6 of them to drop. Luckily, the next day it actually somewhat started dropping, so it didn't take too long. The whole grind still took about, I'd say, 7 to 8 hours, which is actually insane for some Sunlight Metals. So it was just not fun to do at all. But the game's also somehow funny because like the Mimic Chests in New Game Plus kind of work weird, and I have no idea how, but I genuinely did not see this coming.
Oh no, I just died. Oh no. What the fuck, freaky ass BS what the hell that? Kaboom.
After making your way up to the Drangleic Castle, you get to fight the Looking Glass Knight, which I think, as a design, he's honestly really cool. And he wasn't that hard to beat. As you can see, I had some summons, but it was a pretty cool trophy, I'm not gonna lie. Then you fight Veldstad, and you find this old husk of Vendrick, and it's kind of just sad seeing him here, but you get the King's Ring trophy for getting the King's Ring, and you get to fight him later, but I need another item. Here I get the Ashen Mist Heart trophy for talking to the Ancient Dragon. Unfortunately, I had to kill him for a Giant Lord Soul, which kind of broke my heart, because he was just a chill dude, you know. He never wanted to kill you, but I guess you're just a dickhead in this game. Then I found this random dude, which I have no clue who he is. I don't even know his name. He gave me my last gesture, which gave me the Gesture Maestro trophy, which honestly took forever too, because this is like really late game. And I have no clue what this dude does in the lore, but I ended up getting another trophy for collecting his gear, which was pretty cool. So that was 2 free trophies. Then I had to go kill Vendrick, which honestly was a lot harder than I thought, because I don't think I had the 5 Giant Lord Souls, and he hit me like a truck. I was like a 2-shot max at all times. After killing Vendrick, I kind of went back to kill a few bosses using a bonfire aesthetic, because my dumbass used some of the souls before selling into Strayed, which I did not know I needed, but luckily it was like 3 to 4 bosses, so it wasn't that bad, honestly. Then I ventured off into the DLCs to get some of the spells, because I like to do my first run as complete as possible, because I don't really like doing New Game Plus on any game, but it wasn't that bad. And honestly, the DLCs in this game really surprised me, because they were really, really good, and I actually liked all 3 of them, but I'm going to rank the bosses from worst to best. Here you have the Fume Knight, which, again, when I say worst, I mean like the worst of the best. I still really like this boss fight. It was kind of challenging, but it was really fun fighting him and, you know, having a decent boss in this game. Very good fight. It didn't take me too long, maybe like 5 or 6 tries, but he went down pretty easily. He was really fun. I can't complain. The lore behind him is kind of cool, but I don't know too much about him. This guy's lore is so good. I love Sir Alon. My only problem is that he doesn't have a big health bar, but basically the lore is you're replaying this memory where the old Iron King actually fights Sir Alon, because Sir Alon was his mentor, and then the old Iron King got too prideful and greedy and basically sort of left him to die. But Sir Alon has some crazy moves, and I like that he's a samurai, and the arena just looks great. But yeah, I just wish he had a little more HP. He wasn't that hard. He was definitely more faster paced than any of the other bosses. But here's my favorite DLC boss fight, the Burnt Ivory King. The aura this man has, the entrance to the fight itself, it's crazy. I have no clue how I beat this dude in my first try. He was, well, very easy to tell what he's doing next, but his weapon was so good. I used it throughout all New Game Plus. A very good boss fight. I like the lore a lot for him too, but it's such a good fight. Best DLC, I'd say, in the series after Shadow of the Erdtree. Honestly, I really think it's that good. That this game actually blew me away with the DLCs, I'm not gonna lie. Then I finally got my Hexes trophy, which I'm glad it worked because I was following a guide off of Reddit and I was kind of suspicious because I was thinking maybe it doesn't work, but luckily they had all the spells and hexes right, so thank God for that. I don't have the footage, but I did beat Nashandra and I got the last air trophy, which is the trophy you get for earning the game, which was pretty easy, and she was not really hard at all. Very underwhelming final boss. You can also just spam human effigies to counter the curse, so it's real easy. Then I got this trophy for talking to Kale and lighting up all the 8 flames around the map. You can do this after beating the game only. Very easy trophy, and that's another one done. That's 33 out of 38. Now it's time for New Game Plus, and I kind of missed the Lucatiel quest in the first playthrough, which was my mistake. So I got her stuff, which did not take long at all. Then in Aldio's Keep, I went to talk to Navalan to do his 4 assassinations. Luckily, I already had all the items on me, so I actually didn't have to do anything. I just talked to him for a bit, got my 2 trophies, and that was honestly a breeze because I pulled the lever like a dumbass. Now this guy, I don't know what his problem is in New Game Plus 2, but this dude beat my ass. Honestly, he was actually harder than some of the bosses. He was so aggressive. He hits like a truck. He just puts BTA, and I don't know why he's so hard in New Game Plus 2, but whatever. Then I finally got the Moonlight Greatsword trophy, which I had to do Benhart's quest lines, which again wasn't that hard. I went back to New Game Plus 3 and got my 2 last spells and pyromancies, which finally allowed me to get the damn platinum for this game. After an excruciating 97 hours, I finally got this. And now that I've gotten the trophy, would I say this game is bad? Honestly, no, not at all. I do think it's better than Dark Souls 1, and some of the bad things about the game actually work in your favor, like late game. They give you some advantages, and I think it's very overhated. The problems it has are not as bad as people say, but I'll make a video about that some other time. Thank you all for watching. See ya.